we are trying to influence people to advocate that, whenever people have diseases or ailments of any kind, start with looking at yourself and start using food as your medicine, okay, to get there. Now, I know it is very difficult. We live in an age when you have a disease, particularly one of those critical diseases, we tend to rush to an expert, a doctor or a hospital, and then ask. But I'd like your point of view on, okay, can food be a medicine? And if it can be our medicine, why do we use food as a medicine?
Okay. I would say food is actually the medicine. Whatever extract one takes to prepare a medicine is also actually from food. If you closely observe, most of the drugs which actually heals, all the extracts, for example, the malaria drug, it's taken actually from the star anise. Yeah. So most of the properly curing medicine is actually taken from food as an extract. Very few chemical forms exist, which has its limitation. We know paracetamol and all of these. It's a range of drug, but beyond this, if there is something that really cures, these things, the chemical drugs only solve the surface level symptoms. But if there is a medicine that gives cures, it is actually extracted from food. Yeah. Food can be the only medicine because that is what makes us. And food can be the only thing that can kill you because that is what makes us. So eating the right food is going to keep us healthy. Eating the wrong food is going to deteriorate health. Balancing and then staying towards health is our journey. Yeah? So how to do this? Just being an observant and opening this channel of intuition inside each of us. That will really help. Because what worked in the past may not work now. Leave comparing to others. Even for our own self, until 8 years, milk would have been best source for us. But when we are in 26 or 36, is that milk really suitable for us? Or is that the same quantity of food that we eat today? In your early 20s, you might have eaten a large quantity of food, but can you eat the same in your 40s? Are you able to digest it? Or is it even necessary? Am I growing? So if one can just stay closer to intuition, there will be a natural way of filtering out what is required and what is not required. When seasons change, the body will indicate that I would like to have something warm for breakfast instead of a smoothie. Maybe a soup, or maybe a salted porridge, or maybe idlis are also okay sometimes. So that shift will always happen. But if you're closely associated only to the 7-inch in your body, which is your tongue, then it's very difficult to stay closer to the intuition. That doesn't mean that I'm saying don't eat things tasty. I'm saying you can still eat things tasty, but if you can stay closer to the the subtle channels, then you will understand according to the changes around you, you will be able to change the food that you are eating. Whether you're eating a cold food or whether you're eating a warm food, that will just change and you will hit a natural balance in the quantity of food also. Simple way to hit the balance is when you finish eating or when you are in the eating process, there will be a small burp. If one notices that, then one should actually stop eating with whatever is on the plate. That is an indication that the stomach is half done. That's the portion one is supposed to eat. But if we don't pay that attention, if you're watching TV or if you're talking to somebody or if you're distracted mentally in eating, you will not even recognize this burp. You will end up overeating. So over a period, if one is going to overeat, then the person is going to gain weight. And once the weight goes up, all the other complication is going to fall in place. So just staying intuitive will help in laying the foundation where food will become the medicine. Food will prevent all the diseases. And how to do that? Breathing practices, asana practices will definitely help. Or maybe if you have the luxury of staying closer to nature, taking a walk when there is a lot of trees and noises, in the absence of gadget, that will help. Having good quality sleep, and then spending that few minutes in silence within one own self, all of this will help in channelizing your intuitive power.
Yeah, I think I kind of I completely agree with you, but I also feel that there is this whole tendency to I mean, food as a medicine can actually, the way I see it, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, the way I see food as a medicine is not just at the time of when you have an ailment. It's not just at the time of curing a disease, but also as a prevention. No, so like you rightly said, it's about what you eat, how you eat, and also other things you mentioned about your exercises, your breathing exercises, your silences. All those things actually contribute to health. Because today, when we say food is a medicine, we are only thinking, oh, what if I had, if I have a heart disease, what food should I eat? Or if I have blood pressure, what food should I eat? See, in some ways, it is too late at that point of time, I feel. But even then, food can be a solution. But my point, the bigger picture is that food has to be seen as a preventive mechanism also towards, health,
Yes.
towards disease.
Yes, so there are these two things. One is preventive care, one is therapeutic care. So the main thing, even in Ayurveda, they say preserve the health of the health. That's where most of the energy is. That's why you have a huge text on Dinacharya, on Ritucharya, the changes that one has to do when season changes, the practices that one has to adapt on a daily basis. So you preserve the health of the healthy. Once you become diseased, of course, there is therapeutic. You can revive it. Our body is so, we have to be so grateful to this body, because despite doing so many nonsense, if you give it some care and give the right kind of food, it still heals. Largely you can heal. Largely you can remedy diabetes. You can prevent heart attacks. You can reduce that high blood cholesterol. You can reduce that high blood pressure. It's very forgiving. Many of the things are still reversible and remediable, provided you again stick back to the routine, or you stick back to this foundation of what you eat and how you eat, how much you eat, how you expend your energy. I definitely agree with you. Prevention is the key, but food can also heal if there is a disease. But without addressing this foundation, if one is just going to take any kind of medicines, be it Ayurveda, be it allopathy, or be it homeopathy, if the root cause is not addressed, you're not going to see any cure.
Yeah, actually, in some ways, the modern day life is such that it's actually unfair to an average human being, average person, because he or she is getting bombarded with so much of, like you said, wrong knowledge on one side, the WhatsApp university kind of knowledge. At the same time, you have very tempting offers, from Swiggy and Zomato and things like that. There is so much of emphasis on, eating out, having fun eating and all that, not only at the adult level, but also at the children's level. So there is so much of pressure from so much. And imagine about 150 years ago, these pressures were not there.
Yes.
So people were eating what they were traditionally eating. So today it is not enough for us to have, whatever kanji or idli or dosa, whatever we have, we used to have 150 years ago. But it is, we are trying to do with other things, because we are getting bored with food, and food is actually transformed into entertainment, which is sad in some ways. In a way, it is part of culture. In a way, it is part of celebrations and all that, which is fine. But I think somewhere it has crossed the limit.
Our body is so, we have to be so grateful to this body, because Despite doing so many nonsense, if you give it some care and give the right kind of food, you still it still heals. Largely you can heal. Largely you can remedy diabetes. You can prevent heart attacks. You can reduce that high blood cholesterol. You can reduce that high blood pressure. It's very forgiving. Many of the things are still reversible and remediable, provided you again stick back to the routine, or you stick back to this foundation of what you eat and how you eat, how much you eat, how you expend your energy.